Hello, I'm Bood and welcome to episode 13, year 13 of the Road to Anywhere, my Journeyman series, where I take you on an adventure once a week-ish and just catch you up on everything I've been doing on my save. As you can tell, I've got the Spanish flag behind me, and if you watched episode 12, you'll know at the end I was contemplating going for the Schalke job, trying to move over to the Bundesliga, but I chose not to at the end of the day. I thought, let's give it a third season in Seville. I've just won La Liga. I've got a good young team. Maybe we can have a crack at the Champions League. I felt like the job wasn't finished. And in the comments, I'd say 99% of you wanted me to stay here. So I've stayed here. Beautiful place. The kids are settled. Wife's settled. The dogs are settled. I'm happy. Was I happy with this season though? Well, I'll have to talk about that as we go along. Right. Before we get into it though, don't forget, smash the like button if you enjoy it. Thank you very much. If you are new, feel free to subscribe. I'm nearly touching 5,000 subscribers. Come on, get in. Also, after this video, go and check out all my other content. Thank you very much. Let's get on with it. Now, we're going to start off here with a proposed planned takeover by a consortium of investors involving a former football player. My chairman, Jose Castro, has been a pretty sound fella. Ever since I've come to this club, he's been pretty cool. He's let me spend the money. He's always improved the facilities pretty much when I've asked. He's done it off his own back. He's improved the stadium twice. I mean, there's not a lot of dickheads on this game. Sometimes you have a shit chairman, but sometimes you have a really good one. It just makes it easier to grow a club and progress your career, I suppose. And Jose Castro he's been ace. So I'm guessing though, when this kind of thing starts happening, he wants out. He wants to sell the club. So it's only a matter of time. Just from experience, though, when a consortium takes over, they never put any money in. It's not like a tycoon takeover. Have you ever had one of them? They're brilliant. I had one at Everton once years ago. Got a tycoon takeover and dominated. Usually it's just a new board, you get a new chairman, and they don't invest any money into the club. So, and they always put you at doubt, don't they? They always say, ooh, we're not sure if we're going to keep you in the job. We'll see how you get on, which annoys the shit out of me as well. So, we'll have to see what happens with this. Well, Jose's obviously still here for now, and he's just brought me the commercial summary from last season. Jordan, the new striker, had a cracking year. Towards the end of the year, started off pretty slow. I was a bit worried about him. He became the number one shirt seller. Raul, captain, got number 2. You can see for yourself. Rodriguez made it on the list. The new goalkeeper is pretty good. Now you look at the finances, everything's on the up. We make good money. We just make nowhere near what Real Madrid and Barca or Atletico Madrid make. Nowhere near. Their commercial incomes and TV money is crazy, and it is a bit unfair. Hopefully, if we do get taken over, they might invest some money, because this summer won't going to be easy. And it ain't easy because we were skint. Yeah, I've spent a lot. I've stretched the finances out. We're not in debt, but we're on zero. We had no money. And Jose, even though he's thinking of selling the club, this is why I like him, just put £21 million into it. I reckon I've improved the team now. I reckon the team he's going to sell is going to make profit off it anyway. But fair play to the chairman for sorting out the money. A squad and a team and a club that's rising up the rankings ever since we took over. 1 year in the Champions League has really given this club a boost, and we've moved up 32 places. We're now the 61st team in the European club rankings. Bayern have ranked the top team, have they now? That was Atletico Madrid last year. Paris FC have done well as well. Do you remember Paris FC? I went for that job and they turned me down. Ended up going to Marseille, and the rest is history. Now the board have also organised our summer training camp. We're going to Portugal, which isn't too far. Great weather still, and not too far to travel. We could take all the families with us, and that is slap bang in the middle of 2 tours. We're going to do 2 tours again this summer. One to China again, and one to America again. But this time this year, the China one's going to be a little bit more special. Here we are with the Seville squad, and it's a very good team. I've got some very good players, got some really standout players. Santana's good, Lorenzo, Jordan, Okocha, Roberto. You know, especially my first team 11, it's very good. Right, we won the freaking league last year. Which was an excellent achievement, right? It was brilliant, but it's a young team still. I wouldn't say it's got the quality of my Marseille side. I think you'd agree. Hasn't got all the wonder kids that I had at Salernitana either. But it's a good team and it's done the business, hasn't it, really? We've had 2 good years and we've picked up a championship. So I can't grumble with that. What I can grumble is finances, and you'll know I scout a lot and I'm always scouting, and I couldn't find anyone that was either good enough, that was going to be any better than what I had, so I didn't see the point, or that I could afford. There's players out there who want to come, but I can't afford them. I'd just be putting the club in loads more debt that I don't need to do, so I've made the decision to not sign anyone, which might be a bad thing, but I think let's save some pennies. We've got a good team here, we've won the league, let's just attack it again with this young side. I looked at it as they've all got a year older, they're all going to have progressed a little bit more, hopefully. So there's no reason why we can't still achieve good things this season. But obviously, we're going to be up against it still. We've got Barcelona, Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid all got money, all got packed with superstars, all going to improve their teams. So maybe it's going to bite me in the arse, but I can't spend what I haven't really got, and I don't want to just buy for buying's sake. And that's what I'd be doing, really. I would be doing that. I mean, but if you do look at the Dream 11, we're not bad. Keeper, 3 defenders, 1 midfielder, and my left wingers on that team. So there's more of my players on the Dream 11 than anyone else. So we've still got a great chance of winning the league, even though the bookies don't think we'll do it. I just want to try and win some silverware. It'd be good to win the cup or the Champions League. No reason why we can't do that. Well, unfortunately, my tour to America was cancelled and I just couldn't be bothered. So we just went with the China one, and then we had a training camp in Portugal. And we played 3 teams that were my old rivals in China. And then we finished it off playing against my old team. Got a great welcome. You know, the Chinese are very, very friendly. Gave me a standing ovation, which was nice of them. No booing. But yeah, we didn't concede over the whole tour of China. We beat them dudes 4-0. Then we beat Shangang 1-0. Beat Jiangsu 2-0. And then we beat Beijing 3-0. Obviously, I looked at my old team, and a few of the Chinese players have actually left. Because, you know, when I turned on the Chinese league, a lot of players got generated. You remember Li, our striker? Players like that, really good players. A lot of them have actually left China now. And Li, I think that's his name, he's left. He's in the Premier League. He's now 31. I mean, he was great for me. He scored 94 goals in 109 games for Beijing. I mean, we dominated. He was brilliant. Having him was ace, because he just fit the tactic, didn't he? He scored goals for fun. And just to see him go at least try a bit of Premier League football for a bit at a team like Watford, where he's doing okay. He scored 5 in 19. Yeah, maybe he's not a first teamer there. He's not the superstar player he was in China, and he'd probably go back to China. He's still a good player. He's got good ability. So I'm just happy for him. And look, quite a few of them have gone. Now it is November, and we've kicked off with the Copa del Rey. We didn't do too well in this last year, and we've only played 1 game in it so far against Elche. That's what I want to say. You know me. I haven't got a clue. We beat them 5-1. Dominated it, really. Buzzing. So we've still got a second leg, but I was going to beat team that. I couldn't see us not beating them. When it came to the Champions League, we'd drawn a pretty tough group, but we had a tough group last year. We had Liverpool, Napoli and FC Salzburg. And it was a bit so-so at this point. I played 3 games. We drew with Liverpool 0-0. Yeah, we got rid of that. The next game I was devastated by, because we're well better than Napoli. Away from home, fair enough. But I was really disappointed. And then we bounced back against it. We needed to win this. This game and this game here are games we need to win, because we should be winning them. And then hopefully we could pick up some points in the next few games against the bigger teams. And this shows you why I was angry with the Napoli result, because they've lost the other 2 games. Beat us and lost the other 2, so that is a bit of a kick in the balls. But for now, we're just about okay sitting in second. Where we were doing brilliantly again was we are top of the league. It's November, we've played 9, won 8, drawn 1, and we're undefeated at this point with 25 points. Barcelona in second, Real Madrid in third. Bilbao are doing really well this year. Atletico Madrid in 5th. Jordan's top of the goal scoring charts, best player in the league. Santana's setting them up. Raul's second on the list as well, so the wingers playing fantastic. So he's going, when it came to the league, going fantastic. And let's have a look at the results, and there's a lot of green there. We've kicked off the opening game away from home with an absolute thriller. 7-1 against Las Palmas. Domination. Brilliant game. And then, you know, games we should be winning. And it came to Atletico Madrid. Beat them 3-0, so super happy with that. Played Malaga, then we played a game. These are the big games, aren't they? The Barca Real Madrid games. If you want to try and win a title, you need to win them games. And we've won the first one. We took first blood at the new camp, of all places, beating them 2-1. And then we beat Betis, a few other teams, and we drew the last team, Getafe 0-0. Yeah, league-wise, can't grumble, it's going to plan. And I almost forgot, we won the Super Copa final. Like the Community Shield Super Cup. Atletico Madrid won the Copa del Rey. We won the La Liga. We faced off against each other at the Bernabeu, Real Madrid Stadium. And we beat Atletico Madrid 2-1. So yeah, started off the season with a trophy. Another trophy in my cabinet. Good for the old CV. I was happy for the boys. Good confidence builder. And the takeover collapsed. It was Paolo Rossi. Do you remember him? I remember him. I'm an old man. He's like an Italian footballing legend. He must be the former player that was heading the consortium, trying to buy Seville. But his takeover bid failed. So we're still with the chairman, but I can't grumble. I do like the chairman. Welcome to February. We've jumped forward a good few months and we can have a good look at what's been going on. But the first thing I've got to talk about is the takeover came back on. It was Paolo Rossi again. This time he came back with a new bid with his consortium. They must have gone back to the bank and asked for more money. My chairman accepted and he sold the club. So I've got a new boss, Paolo Rossi. Yeah, he seems alright. He did the usual. He's let me keep my job. I just don't feel like we've got that same relationship. I feel a bit saddened by it, really. I just don't feel it. I don't feel it now. I was gutted. I mean, he's a legend, but he ain't got no money. They're in the consortium, and they didn't put a single penny into the club. But I've got to remember the fans. We've got a good relationship, and these are my players, and I love my players. So we've got to knuckle down and fight on for the rest of the season. And when it came to fighting on, we were doing pretty well. If you look at the league run, we played the second leg against Elche, beat them 6-0. So bloody hell, absolutely battered them. Absolutely battered them over 2 legs. Next up, we played Celta Vigo, beat them 2-0 and 3-0. Then we drew Atletico Madrid and lost. So I'm thinking, here we go. Great. But then the next game, got through by the skin of our teeth, really. Santana scored and we scraped it through to draw Deportivo in the next round. We just played them recently. Beat them 3-1. So we've got to play them at our place in the next leg of the semi-final. Great odds to win it and great odds to get to the cup final, right? Which I'm buzzing about, really, because we did shit in this last year. Now, Champions League-wise, it wasn't great. We only actually won 2 games in this group. We beat Salzburg in the second game against them. Then we got beat off Liverpool. They were a good team. And we drew Napoli, couldn't freaking beat Napoli again. And we've drawn Monaco in the first round knockout again. They knocked us out at this stage, I think, last year. And now we've got them again. They went on to win it. They're European champions. They've got loads of good players. I didn't hold any hope up that we were going to do well. And you may have noticed, if you looked at the top, we're third in the league as well. We've kind of tailed off a bit here. Not too much. 4 points behind Real Madrid. We've only lost 2 games. It's not like we've lost a lot and drew 5. They've just lost less. Real Madrid have only been beaten once. Barcelona got beat once. That was by us. So, yeah, it's competitive, which I like. It's going to go down to the wire. We're not running away with it. Are we going to repeat? I don't know. Because they've got better and we just stayed still. I had to do that. I just didn't. You know what it's like. If you ain't got the money to buy a superstar, you can't buy him. If the right player's not there, you can't get him. So many times on this journeyman, I've been able to go out and I've found talent. And this talent is just, is it any better than what I've got? No. So I stuck with my team. And these are the results in the league since I last showed you. We got beat off Real Madrid, which doesn't help, really. away from home though, so fair play. We beat Deportivo again in the league. Then we drew 2 games, which I don't know what was happening with that. We bounced back with a couple of wins and we drew again. We got beat off Valencia, which was a right kick in the bollocks. And we beat Espanyol. We drew against Bilbao. Then we beat Las Palmas. Didn't score 7 this time. So there's a lot of games to be played. Anything can happen. We've still got Barcelona to play. We've still got Real Madrid to play. If we do well against them, and hopefully someone else can shake some points off him, we might be able to win our league back. Have a look at the squad. We're just over the halfway point, really, aren't we? We've arranged it by average rating. The 2 top players, ignore them, because they've only played a couple of games. And yeah, they've done well when they've played, but they've only played a couple of games. The best player so far, really, this year has been Lorenzo. The midfielder, he's a good player, really good player. I like him a lot. I think he's got better. Physicals are great. His decision making is brilliant. We've got Castillo, who is a backup left winger. I want to show you him because he's good, isn't he? He's only played a few games though, but he's a good player. Let's have a look. Who's done really well for me? Okocha, who's wanted by everyone. Paris, City. He's got great tackling, great marking, he's got positioning, great physical, 6'2". A very, very good centre half. Santana, he's been really good. My left winger. Got me out the shit a few times. I like him. Great player. Jordan's down here, but he has scored some good goals, to be fair. 18 goals over 33. Could have done with a few more. I think that's what's been the thing this year. But he's a good player. He's 23, the Belgian. Everyone loves a Belgian, apparently. Yeah, he's alright. He's alright. The team's good. The team is good. I just wish we could have just added a little splash of Galactico. That would have made it better. Well, we jump forward a month. It's now April, and I beat Coruña. We beat them 1-0 in the next game, and we're now in the final, and we're going to be playing in the final of the Copa del Rey. Blimey. Real Madrid. Hey? Now, when it came to the Champions League, of course, we had Monaco, the team knocked us out last time. This time, though, we beat them at least in the first leg. 2-1 at home. Goals from Wagner and Jordan, so super happy with this. But could we go to their place and get revenge? Yep, beat them 2-0. So, buzzing, just to get revenge for the last year. And because they're European champions, Bouquet, I like that name, or Boquet. And Jordan scored the goals in a game. Yeah, it was alright. Did we deserve it? I don't know. But I'll take it. And we went through into the next round. But the next round's team, yeah, was Liverpool. A team we drew and lost against in the group stages. And we drew against them again. Third time we played them. Still can't beat them. 0-0 at home. So I wasn't holding up much hope for the next leg. But we did it. Anytime. If there's any time to beat them, it was now, right? Brilliant game. Super proud, super happy. Still grin when I think about it. We beat them 3-1. Raul, Jordan, Santana got the goals. Pretty even game, but we just finished like legends. Lorenzo, man of the match. Now at this stage though, no clue we've got in the next round. But bring it on, eh? Bring it on. And it could be some great teams. We could have got an easy draw as well. I mean, Lyon could beat them. Hertha Berlin, surely. I mean, kind of like to swerve a Bay in Paris SG or a Man City, but it's the Champions League, and I was super excited. Over to the league though, and we were starting to struggle a bit. Not struggle a bit, we were just dropping little points here and there. And Real Madrid weren't. Real Madrid at the top of the league with 76, and Barcelona behind them on 73, and then we were lagging on 68. I mean, 8 points off the title there. With not many games left to go. I mean, we had games in hand, but I wasn't feeling it. It's gonna take some like heroic run to the end, where we win every game, and they drop some points for us to do anything. Got the #1 goal scorer in the league, which is amazing. That guy at Bilbao though, who's the best player in the league? Bilbao. We've got a few players from Bilbao over the years. Let's have a look at him. He can play centrally on the left. He's alright, isn't he? I was just thinking, could we go for him in the summer if I stay? Because we've got to have the money to buy someone great, but yeah, there's better players than him out there. Well, it's now May, and we drew Manchester City in the Champions League, and we got beat 2-0 in the first game against a City team that is absolutely, it's awesome. It's awesome. When I look through their players, it's like, I'm surprised they didn't do us about 20-0, to be fair. But they won. Let's just have a quick show. Obviously, they've got Junior, although they don't play Junior up front. I mean, you won't be able to see that, but his technique's 18. Their striker, Goebbels, who's a real player, one of the best young players in the game. They've got this dude on the left wing, who is just amazing. Look at him. On the right wing, they've got this fella, Mr. Oliver, who again is just stupidly good. In the middle, this dude. I mean, If you can't see it, he's got passing of 18. This fella, I mean, it goes on. But we brought him back for the next leg at home, and they couldn't beat us at least. At least we showed some pride. We drew 1-1 with Man City. Bouquet scored our goal. We played pretty well. They didn't play very well. But obviously it wasn't enough. We battered them really, but it just wasn't enough. City beat us 3-1 in aggregate. So we got further in the Champions League semi-finals. So we grew as a European side, but we've taken a step back as a league side because we lost it. Yeah, we ended up 4th. I mean, we were sort of safe in 4th. Champions League place, probably going to have to qualify for the Champions League, which is a bit embarrassing. I felt that a little bit. Got the league's top goal scorer, which is cool. The second guy's from Malaga, who's a mid-table team. Fair enough. We had no one in the average rating charts. It was definitely a reality check, really. I mean, when you look at how tight that is, Barcelona finished on the same points as them. So I don't know how that's organised. Maybe it's games against. Madrid only 3 points off them. When you actually look at it, you can't really be that. It's not that bad. We only drew one more game and lost one more game than Madrid, who won the league. That's how tight it was. But it was a challenge, and you don't always win. What we did win was the cup. So smiles are back, boys. Don't get too sad. Out Champions League, 4th in the league. At least we finished the season with some silverware. We beat Real Madrid 1-0 in the final with a goal from Castillo, the guy I showed you earlier. We backup left winger. Hey, give him a clap. Give him a bloody clap. Clap, clap, clap. Shows you, though, we did so well. Their goalkeeper got man of the match. We should have scored more. So, I know it's not the best trophy. If you laid out all 3 available to us, you'd pick it last. You would, wouldn't you? I went into this third season thinking, let's go for the Champions League. That's what all you said in the comments. Go for the Champions League. But we didn't. But we won something. Got something. I'll take it. This is my squad. It's arranged by bid rating. It's nowhere near. They didn't do as well as a collective unit as they did last year. Don't know why. Some players were a bit miffed. They're not playing as much. Some players got the red turned at certain points by bigger teams, like a Kocher did. Jordan had a month or 2 where he was thinking about leaving and he wanted to sign a new deal. Then he wanted a new deal, so give him a new deal. It just didn't run as smooth. But, you know, I look at the positives. We didn't sign anyone. And to achieve what we've achieved, I think it's pretty good. We're back in the Champions League. We've got further in the Champions League, and we've won a trophy we've never won, or I've never won. So we finished with silverware. So it's something to be proud of. We'll be back in the Super Copa next year against Real Madrid. So that'll be exciting. Could start the season off with a trophy. But I think if I stay here, we need to invest. But am I going to be able to invest? Well, not really. Not really. So unless they pump some money in, we're going to have to maybe look at the team and sell a superstar to... But I don't know. I don't know. Maybe my time is done here at Seville. Maybe I can ride off into the sunset on the road to anywhere with a La Liga title under one arm and a Copa del Rey under the other arm with a Super Copa in my bag. I'd be pretty proud of that. Let's just have a cheeky look at the job centre, manager-wise. There's some jobs going. Portugal. Porto jobs available. That's something to think about, isn't it? Udinese, I don't want to go back there. There's a Belgian job available. I think the only job there I'd go for is Porto. Definitely be a step down though, wouldn't it? I fancied Germany. Schalke last year, it was something. I'm definitely not going to Wales. Sod that off. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know if I'm going to carry this on. This might be it. This might be the end of the road. Let's finish off with the end of season awards. Lorenzo was the best player. Okocha was second with Raul third. Goal of the season was Santana. Let's have a look at his goal. Free kick against Barcelona. Oh, David Beckham, Ronaldo, eat your heart out. Well, that was a decent goal. I enjoyed that. Loved it. Young player of the season was Okocha. Brilliant. I mean, everyone's after the kid. Everyone's after him. Obviously, no signings of the season because I didn't sign anyone. And when you look at that, you know, I did win two out of the 4 trophies available to me. It's not bad, is it? I mean, 97% full on a 55,000 average attendance. 97% full. Some loyal fans, that, innit? I only used 23 players, so I used a little tight squad this year. I really did just use my team, and I like a lot of them. I think we've got a good bond with the players. I don't know what to do. I'm always like this, but last year I think I really wanted to stay. I don't know what to do. Help. I won't save it for the next episode this time. Let's see the commercial summary. Lorenzo sold the most shirts this year. I mean, finances again, everything's on the up, which I can't complain about. Managing director. See, the chairman used to do everything. The old chairman did everything. Now I've got a managing director doing this and someone else doing that. I don't like him. He's young. He thinks he's the freaking dog's bollocks. Walks around swanning around the office like he owns a place. And to top it all off, to be fair, the Kocher, who is my best player, is awesome. Well, Paris Saint-Germain have been after him all year, kept rejecting. Well, they've just matched his release fee clause at 120 million. Now, if that goes through, that's a game changer. We're losing one of the best centre-halves in the world. I've got centre-halves on my list who are attribute-wise as good, who aren't going to cost 120 million. That is a game changer. That could change everything. I might be staying. Just in case you're interested, when it came to the Europa League, Arsenal beat Chelsea in the final. And for the second year running, the team that knocked us out went on to win it. So that makes you feel a little bit better. But look who City got in the final. Hertha Berlin. I mean, no offence, but it's Hertha Berlin. Hertha Berlin. So fucking fair play to them for getting to the final. Well, there we go. That's the end of episode 13 and the end of my third season in Seville. It's up to you to decide whether it's successful or not, and I'd love to hear what you think about it, and just talk to me down below. Do you want me to stay? I mean, I was in two minds till that last news feed there. I've not seen that. And the deal's gone through. 1st of July leaves for 120 million. That's game changing. If I can find a replacement for him and not lose anyone else, I might have money to actually improve the squad. And do we go for it? Champions League and La Liga, one last shot. I'm feeling it again now. I'm feeling it. I've gone like that. But I'd love to know what you think. I really would. Your input is important because this series is here for you. I mean, I was even considering quitting. I think I've got more left in the tank. I do. But again, let me know what you think. If you enjoyed it, smash the like button. If you are new, feel free to subscribe. Make sure you catch up with the whole series. It's been a great journey so far. The road to anywhere. Make sure you go and catch up on the Denton Villa series and all my other videos. Thank you very much. You've been amazing. I've been Booed. See you next time.